We now turn our attention to golf. The Dell Technologies tournament, the former Deutsche Bank, a change of sponsorship. It's now the Dell Technologies at TPC Boston. It's a course that it helps, as is often the case in golf, it helps if you're a big hitter. Obviously, it's no good hitting it miles and being way offline. You've got to be reasonably accurate as well with that, but length does help. It's going to take, well, it's stuff you say about every tournament and every course, but they're going to have to roll the rock quite well all week. Got to putt relatively solidly and drive the ball long. I don't think greens in regulation is that important. There's been winners in the past. Remember, McIlroy won, and his stats for greens in regulation weren't too hot that week. It's more about the driving distance and accuracy and the putting. So let's get into the selections. At the short end of the market, the favourites for the tournament, we've got Dustin Johnson 15-2. Obviously, he's been in amazing form. Victory last week in that duel with Spieth 8-1, Matsuyama 14-1, Day is 14-1. Looks a bit short on Day, bearing in mind what he's been doing recently. McIlroy 14-1. Also McIlroy. Yeah, it's a bit short, I think, bearing in mind form. Ricky Fowler 16-1, Rahm 18-1, Justin Thomas 22-1. Got to look past all these. Justin Rose has been slashed to 30-1. We took him at 50-1 last week each way, and he finished tied 10th. So that's promising signs from Rose. So we'll be keeping an eye on him, but we won't be backing him this week. 30-1. Would have liked a bit more meat on the bone. Cooch is there 30-1. Reed 30-1. Adam Scott 33-1. We're going to start with the current US Open champion Brooks Koepka at 33-1. He's got the length, obviously in good form this year, being the US Open champion. Always like the look of him. Looks like a quality player to me. Looks like a champion. And so, yeah, we'll go with Brooks Koepka 33-1. You go down the list. Louis Oosthuizen 33-1. Garcia 35-1. Chappell. Kevin Chappell 40-1. Charlie Hoffman 50-1, we'll take it. He's been in fantastic form this year. Came second recently to Vegas in a playoff. Went very close, just generally been in good form, very consistent. And we'll take him at 50-1. It seems a reasonable enough number, someone who's been in very good form and is underrated. So we'll take him. We'll also take Daniel Berger 55-1, winner on the tour this year. Very good player, quality player. Has the length to do well here. For the same reason, we'll take Gary Woodland at 80-1. I think it's a fair number relative to others in the market. Big hitter. A lot of potential there. Has he capitalised on that? I don't know. I think he could have done a bit better than he has done, but there's still plenty of time for him. And on this course, where length is at a premium, you do take Gary Woodland seriously in those sort of situations. So 80-1 will take him. Rafa Cabrera Bello, 110-1. We'll also take him each way. Winner this year, generally been in nice touch, has the length, has a good rhythm in his swing, so should be able to maintain some consistency. We'll take him. We'll take Chris Kirk at 200-1 each way. We'll also take Kevin Tway, 250-1. He's got very good results this year. That price looks very big, so that's certainly one we'll consider. Phil Mickelson, we don't need to go into his career. Open champion, Masters champion, very experienced. Ryder Cup player. Hasn't been himself recently, but 100-1, it's worth taking a chance on him. We've also got Zach Johnson, the 2015 Open champion, former Masters champion. Very reliable, keeps it in play, good putter. Not necessarily, bearing in mind what we said earlier, saying we need big hitters. He's not the biggest hitter in the world, but where he keeps the ball on the short grass so often, he's able to keep it in play and put together some good scores. Going back to the premium on length, we're going to take Tony Finau at 66-1. He's been consistent enough this season. He could go on and win this tournament. At some stage, we think he's going to pick up a few victories. He's a potential major winner in my view. So this week, we'll give him a chance. 66-1. Seems like fair odds to me. So those are our selections for this week. We've got Brooks Koepka at 33-1. Charlie Hoffman 50-1. Daniel Berger 55-1. Gary Woodland 80-1. Rafa Cabrera Bello 110-1. Chris Kirk 200-1. Kevin Tway 250 to 1. Phil Mickelson, 100 to 1. Zach Johnson, 100 to 1. And Tony Finau, 66 to 1. Just a word on Kirk. He's won this tournament before. Generally, players, when they've won a tournament, they sometimes go on to perform well in that tournament again, mainly because I'm sure they have a good emotional feeling about that tournament. They're a former winner. Kirk's out at 200 to 1. He's capable enough. If he has a good week at that number, you can't go wrong. All these selections are each way. They're a fifth of the odds. There's some good prices on there. I think we've gone through there and we've assessed the value and we've taken the value. We haven't really looked at the short stuff in the market, which we never do. We're always looking for value. I've omitted Mark Leishman this week. If someone will select every week, I'm going to give him a rest. He has been playing reasonably enough, but I don't know if he has looked like actually winning a tournament. He's looked like giving you a top 20 or a top 30. That's fine, and that's what we expect from him. And someone who does that, 1 week they're going to win. But just going to give him a bit of a break. Hope we don't live to regret that. I think Matsuyama could be dangerous this week, as he is every week. So we'll also look. We're not going to bet on him, but someone will be monitoring. Good luck with your selections. Please comment. Please give any opinions on why you think certain players have a chance this week or may go close. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.